For this week's video, I'm going to tackle the question of why I race as a pro. So in professional triathlon, especially at my level, there's very little money, whether it's from prize money or sponsorship. I also know my limits and I realize that I'm never going to be a world champion. When you race as a pro, there's very different expectations on you, and also I still work, and that's not something that I'm willing to give up. So why do I race as a pro? I didn't get into the sport to be competitive. For me, triathlon's always been about self-improvement, setting a big goal and chasing after it. And that's what eventually has led me to racing as a pro. When I did my first race in 2012, big goal for me was just getting off the couch and across the finish line at the Toronto Triathlon Festival Olympic distance race. I managed to do that, coming in third last overall in just under 4 hours. From there, I set new goals to go a little bit further and a little bit faster. My second year in triathlon in 2013, decided to take on racing an Ironman. The time, it really was my Everest in triathlon. I thought that it was going to be the biggest thing that I would ever accomplish in triathlon, and it really was an overwhelming task. I managed to complete the race, but at the end of the race, I did say that no matter how much I enjoyed that, I wasn't going to do it again unless I thought that I could be competitive within my age group. I just didn't enjoy the long training enough to just go out and do another Ironman to complete it. The next stepping stone I had in my journey was in 2015 when I came back to Ironman racing at Ironman Canada. I'd set a goal for myself to win my age group at Ironman Canada. I looked up what the winner had done in the previous year and then put together a plan in order to try and better that time. At the end of the day, it was less about whether I actually won my age group or not, but just setting that big goal and chasing after it. Fortunately, I did end up winning my age group, and it gave me a lot of confidence moving forward. The last step in my progress was in 2016 at Ironman Maryland. I'd set a goal of myself to go sub 9 hours and trying to win the race overall. They ended up canceling the swim and shortening the bike, so my sub 9 goal was thrown out the window. And then some super fast runners ended up throwing a wrench in my plans of winning the race overall. I finished 5th overall, but this did ultimately lead me to the decision of racing as a pro in 2017. Sure, there's some competitive age group races out there, but they were no longer this big, overwhelming goal that I'd used to motivate myself through the first 5 years in triathlon. Whereas looking at the pro ranks, by pro standards, my swim was terrible, my bike was weak, and my run was really weak. I'd be at the back of the pack, just like when I started in triathlon in 2012, and I'd need to put in a heck of a lot of work to just keep from embarrassing myself. This represented the perfect goal. As it turns out, in 2017, I didn't embarrass myself. The fire was stoked, and I worked harder than ever. Coming into the 2018 season, the fire continues to burn hot. I have a long way to go before I'm a factor at the front of the race. But back in 2012, I had a long way to go before I was even capable of finishing a race. This is all to say, I race as a pro because I want to continue to push my limits. I like having a big mountain to climb, and I sure have a long way to climb before I get anywhere close to the peak of this one. So thanks a lot for checking out this week's video. If you like what you see, you can click the subscribe button down below. And until next time, happy training.
Oh, this you crazy mother...